Hey guys, Omar here, and I wanted to do a quick year-end video using my 18 to 55. So I decided to go through my metadata, and what's funny is the way I use this lens is almost like what its name is. I basically just shoot mostly 18 and 55 instead of the range in the middle. And these aren't by any means photos of the year, but it gives you a sense of what you can do with this lens. All right, so let's start with the wide as we can go. 18. 18 is great for, of course, showing the whole scene, but also getting close to things. Beautiful colors. These are all JPEGs, by the way. Most of my edits are like a little contrast and boost color, but mostly all JPEGs. And then what I love, this was, remember, Colonial Williamsburg. I love that you can sort of work a scene. I'll show you that a couple of times in this video, but you know, sometimes you don't know what you want. So this showed the environment a little bit more, this colonial worker. And so you get to see even his like legs and the whole scene, like the tools behind. But later, as we move up the focal length, you'll see that we zoom in on him working. And I like that without having to switch lenses when you're on vacation, you know? All right, 20 millimeters. 20 millimeters is good to, you know, show some of the scene, but this, if you get close to your objects, here I was in between two hot sauces. This is 20, oh, how did that get in there? 22 millimeter. The lesson here is if you're gonna take a good selfie, go in front of a window, you get good window light on your face, makes you look a lot younger, gets rid of all the wrinkles. This is 26. I like to shoot food overhead with natural light, but that's 26 millimeters. Nice. And by the way, I'm not sitting there with my lens and I'm like, this one should be 20. Shit, no, 27. I just zoom on whatever, and then sometimes I zoom with my body, and whatever focal length it is, it is. So jumping up right to 30 millimeters, there's that dude again, just to show you that I took those images just a few seconds apart. He was like scraping the wood. That sounds wrong. He was like working with a tool. That also sounds wrong. So I just decided to take a picture of him using two focal lengths. So I like that. I like if I'm on vacation just to have one lens and not switch lenses around. So 30, baby, 30. What do we got next? Okay, what is this? This is a 33 millimeter. So acting like this is kind of like how we see our world. This is the 50 millimeter equivalent on a full frame. So anything in the 30s is like a normal view of things. A 34 millimeter, just a standard view of New York. Try to use anything above 35, 40 if you're shooting photographs of people. If you go too wide, it distorts them a little bit. So this is the kids at 40 millimeters, which I love. Still got bokeh at 40 millimeters. I was surprised that I used that focal length, and you should do that. You should look through your metadata and see if you use this lens, which focal lengths do you use the most? Because if you're in the market for a prime lens, why would you get an 18 millimeter prime lens if you're shooting everything above 35? So think about what photographs you take throughout the year with a zoom lens, and that helps you decide. A lot of people ask me, hey, what prime should I buy? 23, 50, 35? Well, look, you gotta look at your photographs and see what you like and how you shoot. Okay, now I'm on 50 millimeter, but great to shoot across the room. Now we're getting in a 77-ish full frame equivalent. And this is a picture of my dad. I caught him reading Women's Day across the, you know, he was here on vacation. So I decided to take it's a funny picture of dad. Okay, and now we're full zoom 55. Like I told you, thousands of photographs were in 18 and thousands were 55. I zoom all the way in. And this, again, I love to work a scene because we saw this image earlier, and I feel like it works, you know, different ways. It works either wide or it works really zoomed up. Another quick grab of the kid. This is shot at 55 because she was far away, but also to zoom in just on her face because she had all kinds of like chocolate on her face. So good for that. If I would have had a 23 millimeter walking around, if I would have gotten close to her, she would have become speak slower, because she would have become aware of me moving towards her, and then that's it, it's over, the moment's over. So just having the camera, flip screen, zooming, and getting a quick grab of a kid, sometimes great. So the zoom lens is good for that. 55 if you want maximum bokeh, to show compression. So if you shoot 55, it brings everything that's far away, like all this stuff right here is really far away. But as soon as you go 55, that gets, you know, brought closer to the front, which is great. If things are far, 55, you get very flat. I love the compression of 55, which is like a 80 something equivalent. Everything now is more more flat and compressed, which is a good look. If you don't want to get stung by nature or things, a 55 is your only option with this lens. You don't want to get closer. But what's great is if you get a very nice sharp image, by the way, you should change your aperture. If you're trying to shoot flowers and bees, don't shoot a f4, f2.8 because the depth, you're going to miss focus. So 5.6, 5.8. Zoom in and you get sharper photographs, and then you can crop in. So that's what I did here. You can crop in a little bit and you got all like the little bees' fur and everything. So 18, I'll show you the last two, 18 and 55. But to show you this, most of us take the tourist shot with 18 and wide. Get the kids there, take a shot. But what's great is if you have the 18 to 55, you can work the scene and you can try to find new, different angles for something. Don't take the same picture that everyone around you is taking. Try to look for a piece of something and move your zoom around, move your camera around to see what works best in each of the scenes. All right, guys, a 2018 little tribute to the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. Use it. It's not a piece of garbage. It's very sharp. It's very fun to walk around with one lens. And I'll see you guys next time.